Good morning, Joe. It's been the first part of the CEM Africa 2017. Joe, you're from Oracle, a platinum sponsor at the CEM 2017 Africa Summit. A brief introduction from yourself. I'm going to hand over the mic for you. Let us know exactly why Oracle is here and why Oracle has sponsored a platinum sponsorship at the event this year.
Well, thanks. Actually, from the Oracle point of view, we're very excited to participate again this year, and we've upped our involvement because of the relevancy of the topics, because really as a center of CX or customer experience, there's 5 or 6 aspects that we focus on all the time, and actually all of them are here being discussed. So this morning kicked off. It was a very provocative panel discussion leading to some very, very interesting and thought-provoking situations that are actually live here in country and throughout all of EMEA. And so in light of that, it makes perfect sense for us to be here and actually do a combination of both listening and learning as well as educating.
Great, welcome. I understand you're from Chicago and you've brought the weather with you. So we'd like to thank you for that. Our Cape Town team down here are really looking for a lot more rain, so thank you for bringing that with you. With regards to the CEM this year and the platform that Kinetic bring to the customer experience management, what is Oracle looking to achieve in the next 2 days?
Well, really to enhance and broaden the discussion around AI, because we actually think that this is a transformational domain or technology very, very similar to previous innovations. I think inside we heard AI compared as to Y2K. I would suggest that you could go back even further and think of AI kind of like electricity. Electricity meant that we could work differently, we could move factories, we didn't need to be on rivers. It brought opportunities to everybody in society. We think now that AI is going to become a part of the fabric of every interaction, whether it's in customer experience, or it's in a supply chain, or it's in financials, or it's in human resources. The bottom line is this conference has got a ton of very strong speakers around AI and all of the different components of it, and we expect to be having the opportunity again to share what Oracle's doing here, as well as to learn from other leaders in the industry.
And that's a key topic this year at the conference. AI playing a critical role in terms of establishing a cognitive relationship and interaction with the customer base out there. In terms of the engagement from an Oracle perspective, how does Oracle see virtual reality, AI, and the engagement with the broader community with regards to customer experience?
Well, so we've done a lot of research here. We maintain a usability lab at headquarters, and we bring in customers from all around the world. And it's really the intersection of these technologies that becomes so interesting. It's combinations of things that are already out there being done. So, for example, we may be talking about AR and VR, and suddenly using gestures and voice in unique ways to actually execute a new touch point. The combination of AI with a gesture may suggest lots of new touch points or different applications for people. If we take this even another couple steps further from the Oracle point of view, we start to say that to do this, I need the AI, I need an awful lot of customer data, and then I need a lot of compute to make this all happen in real time. And those are 3 different areas that Oracle focuses a lot of time, effort, money, and investment in, so that we have built out the AI, we have built out the data platform, and we have built out the compute platform that we can bring this capability to anybody in real time, and that's what we think, again, harbingers well for everybody going forward.
Great, so I'm going to explore that a bit further with you in terms of the compute and the scaling out of the compute. We live in Southern Africa, and with your cloud offering, if I understand you correctly, you're offering compute cloud type based services from a CX perspective in the sub-Saharan region at the moment?
Yes, so we're offering it actually through 20 global data centers and new ones that have come online pretty much every year since we go forward. And we really do believe that in the end, in the area of the cloud, there's going to be 3 or 4 major global application providers. And I think we all know pretty much top of mind who they are. In addition to Oracle, we're talking about Google, we're talking about AWS at Amazon, we're probably talking about Microsoft. And beyond that, this idea of broad global compute will be regionalized. So we're in the broad global compute business, and the platform availability is here in the Sub-Sahara.
Thank you for that. That's an exciting time, I think, all round. And, as you mentioned, Oracle part and parcel and key to the entire global strategy with regard to cloud compute when it comes to customer service. With regards to the digital environment and the change within the marketer's role, what is Oracle's perspective on how the transcendence of all of this compute, of all of this processing, of all of the nice big terms we've been familiar with, like big data, like AI and virtual reality, to enhance the customer journey?
Oracle looks at this and really has begun to understand that the customer journey is actually a series of micro moments. It's not linear, it's not circular, it's in the micro moment. And so all of this technology has to be brought to bear in a micro moment. Initially, I think it was the province of the CIO. It's morphed more into the province of the CMO. And we're now seeing organizations that are looking ahead, understanding that actually the marketer's role has changed. It's not just about brand awareness, it's actually about the experience. And so the changing role of the top of marketing suggests accountability for growth metrics and not just views or eyeballs or clicks or email opens. It's I thought said very well this morning, standing on the scale doesn't help you lose weight, right? You have to take action. And so for the role of the marketer, the change in all of this is not only generating the interest or awareness, but then actually taking action and being accountable for the process all the way through. It's eliminating the time lag between marketing and sales or between sales and service. And it's actually thinking about a continuous experience in a series of micro moments. And that's a significant shift for a marketer. I think just to point to it, one of the leading global consumer brands that everybody's familiar with on the planet is Coca-Cola. They recently did away with the title of CMO, and they are now thinking around this idea of Chief Growth Officer. And other leading consumer brands are thinking about Chief Digital Officers, Chief Revenue Officers, but it's breaking down the silos, bringing functions together, and putting accountability into the hands of a single individual to help overcome organizational silos.
The accountability side is the key part in terms of the facilitating that type of transition. In terms of the facilitation side, how does Oracle facilitate that within organizations that are struggling with that particular component in terms of the transition?
Through a variety of different capabilities, Oracle looks at each one of the companies pretty much individually, and I think you can broadly categorize by industry, but once you get inside of an industry, it's generally a combination of partners with Oracle, with the client, working kind of like a three-legged stool on the areas of change management, on the areas of technology application, and then on the areas of actually the data that underpins the business process. And I need all three things working in concert. So the challenge might be to do a better job in pricing, and it might be around supply chain, and it has to do with how we express that to a customer. The challenge could be in maintaining or building the workforce and how we suggest the next best candidate, and then how we go through an onboarding process. And we start to see that these are connected processes that historically had handoffs. And what Oracle does is help facilitate the merging of these things, or the elimination of handoffs, or perhaps the overall simplification of the process. And generally it's done in concert with a consulting technology partner, a business consulting arm of the company, and Oracle as an enabler underneath all of it.
Thank you, Joe. That's an amazing journey. We look forward to yourselves working very closely with the organizations in South Africa, and best of luck to Oracle in the next 2 days. Again, thank you from Kinetic for the Platinum sponsorship. Joe Fuster, the Global Head of Oracle CX Cloud, out from Chicago. And thank you again for making the journey out to South Africa. We are really pleased to have you here as a Platinum sponsor at Kinetic. Thank you much, Joe.